Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to be using the new kikki.K inspiration range for this week. I'm actually really excited. You're going to see in a minute how very nervous I was when this started. But this is using all the different colours. So if you want to see how this one all came together, then just keep watching. Okay, so this is something I am actually petrified to do. So I know you've already seen it in the intro, so I assume it worked out. But I haven't done it yet and I'm really scared. So this is going to be using the new inspiration range from kikki.K. A lot of people, when I did it, I suggested maybe doing like a week in each colour. That actually, I can't do it because it's just, I have too much to use. So I'm going to do a rainbow week and I'm petrified. I'm really scared. So I have already pre-done this and gone and got another paper lovers book because I'm assuming I'm going to need another one. Wherever possible, I'm going to be using my old one first. And so what I'm going to do, just to sort of give you guys a rough idea, this one and the bottom one here will be rainbow, so out of the notepad, and then every other one will be a colour from the collection. So obviously there's only 6 of them and I've got 8 boxes. So this is where I'm a bit nervous. So I'm going into the paper lovers book and I'm going to get out all the paper that I'm going to use. The good thing is I'm not going to use obviously the whole page because the whole page isn't big enough, or is big enough that I don't need to do that. So I'm just going through and getting the pages that I want to start off with. And this might be the bit that I might have to go into the other paper lovers book because there's not as much note paper of some of the colours and I've already used some. So alright, so for green I'm going to have to go into the other one. Yellow, I've got the clouds. Might be able to find green in the notepad. I always have 2 of the paper lovers books anyway. Ooh. So I was always going to get another one, but I like to leave it as unused as possible, which I know defeats the purpose of buying paper lovers books, but that's just what I do. There's the pink. Maybe the peach. I'm also trying to avoid too many of the same patterns, so thankfully so far I've got the flowers, the clouds, I haven't got the green. So we'll see what I get in the green, but that means this stripe is then allowed because I haven't done the stripe in everything else. And then the grey. Oh, I really would have liked to use that polka dot. So here we go, this is the best example. So if I'm going to use that peach stripe, I can't use this grey stripe because that then kind of ends up as a double. So I'm trying to avoid doing things like that. Alright, so I'll use the peach sun and then use the grey stripe. Or, no, it's not wide enough. I was thinking maybe I could use that spot because the paper goes to there, but it's not wide enough. So, no. Righto, so we'll use the grey stripe and the peach sunshines. And then we'll fit an envelope in there somehow along the way. So I need to find something green. So before I go looking in the other paper lovers book, I'm just going to check what I've got in here. I'm pretty sure there's no full green page. All right, I don't know if this page will work, but I'm gonna use this one with the choose to be optimistic, because I'll use this strip here. It might still work. All right, so there's my 6 pages. So the way that this is going to work is I'm going to stick these together. That sounds ridiculous. But I'm going to stick them together so that I only have to cut this once, and that's going to get the one size that's going to be big enough to cover all of these. Doesn't matter if it's not 100% perfect because I can trim them down a little bit afterwards, but I want them to be roughly the same size. So I'm just grabbing in my paper trimmer. Just grabbing a little bit of washi. This is going to get pulled off again, so it doesn't need to be any particular kind. And I'm just sticking it on my clothes just to remove some of the tack. So I just need it to be a little bit less sticky. If you ever pull it off your clothes and it doesn't feel less sticky, just rub it across your hand, because then the oil in your hand takes off some of the tackiness of the washi. just going to grab a pencil and my ruler. So my boxes are 4.6 high, and I want to keep that as best I can. I want that size to stay. So I'm going to measure up 4.6 on here. I'm going to do it on both sides so that I've got something to kind of line it up with. I'm going a little bit more than. I'd rather give it too much and cut off some than try and have to cut it again. And we're going to go straight through. I got new blades too, so that was a little easier than it has been the last couple of weeks. So I've obviously still got all of this paper to use, so if I have messed this up, I'll be okay, I hope. So I'm just moving that off to the side for a sec. And then we're going to take these apart. Just being gentle. And then let's see if these are the right height. That doesn't look straight, I'll tell you that much. But that's going to be enough. So I can always cut off a little bit if it's not quite right. So that's what it's kind of going to look like once and obviously we'll put them back in the right order. And they'll sit on like that. I've never covered a whole page up before, so this is very scary. So the other bit we're going to need, so because we need the 8, I'm grabbing this piece of this notepad in, and I'm grabbing this rainbow bit. And I'm going to cut or measure 4.6 twice, which is then going to get us the size of the boxes again. Oh, well, we'll go with it and we'll see what we can do along the way. All right, so now we need to stick these down. No, it's going to be the right size, so that's fine. We can work with that. There's going to be covers that go across, so if these aren't 100% perfect, it will be fine. Okay, that rainbow one needs to get done again. That's fine. I can fix that one. And then all of these just seem to be slightly not straight, so I'm just going to run them all through the trimmer again and cut my other one of this, and I'll be right back. So I think I've got them all straight now, and I think I've got them all, you know, kind of the same size. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking these down. So it's just going to be a matter of gluing the crap out of it, placing it down, and then like a little bit of gap doesn't matter because we'll cover that up with the washi. So I'm not panicking about any of that because we're going to put a little bit of washi between each one. But it's just making sure it's as straight as it can be, I guess, because that's then going to affect the next one down. So I'm gluing them all just with glue tape. I'm actually going to glue onto the page because that way I know it's in the right spot. This is really scary because if I mess this up, it's messed up. So I'm going just over my line and I'm lining it up with the bottom as opposed to the top, and I'll fix the top up later. And then we'll just repeat the process the whole way down. Alright. Yes, it looks weird. It's supposed to. Don't worry. I have faith it'll all come together. I hope. Okay, so then we need to cut off all of the excess. That's the first part. I'm going to do that with the trimmer just so that it is at least all in one big line. And then we need to punch the hole. So I'm going to do that both really quick. I don't know how I feel yet. I'll work it out when I get there. So to cover the top and the bottom, I'm going to add a little bit more rainbow. So this is washi tape from Officeworks. I don't know how long ago I bought it. And I'm just going to white out the May and the April May on the top. So I don't want that showing through. And then we're just going to cover up this top bit and the bottom bit. And I'm just making that sit as close to, and this is where it's going to be fine. Like line it up with the top. And then we can put something to cover this up afterwards because I've got another sort of extra bit to add in there to cover up, so it'll be fine. And then the part that's going to sort of add in a little bit of finish to this, because it right now looks like a mess, I know. I'm going to grab this really super skinny black washi. I've had this for ages. I bought this like 2 or 3 years ago from Werribee Designz, and I swear I've never used it. But this is where we're going to add in a bit more definition and kind of hide some of the mistakes that I've made along the way. So if I put that there, and then we do that for every sort of line along the way, try and keep it as straight as we can, it'll kind of give it back a bit and it'll kind of hide some of the mistakes. Yay, it's coming together. I was so worried it was going to fail at this point. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the other side the same way. I really liked that. I really didn't think I was going to. I was starting to think it was going to not work. But it gives you the kind of, the structure still of the weeks, but is really obviously very colourful. Okay, so now we get to put back in days of the week and things like that. So I've got out all of my date dots, all of my date covers, because I can basically use whatever I like here. I'm just having a quick squeeze through, see what I've got. I have a lot, I know. I'm so using those ones. Okay, so these ones are from Supernova Stickers, and I bought them at the Planner Markets in Sydney. And I'm just looking what else I've got to use for the actual dots, like actual dates, sorry, not the actual dots. I'm just going to leave that out for a sec. Oh no, I'm going to leave that one out. I think the actual dots, I think I might do, they're clear so I probably should, I might do a big number with a little word. I don't know if this is going to work. And I'm going to do the same as I did a couple of weeks ago and switch these. Actually, I'm going to have the names all in the middle here so that it's sort of the opposite of what I would normally do. This is a good opportunity if you wanted to. You can move these around. So if you wanted to have, say, Monday here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you could have them wherever you want, really. I'm going to see if this works. I'm thinking because we're doing, like, the colours are so big, the clearness of these stickers will help. And then because they're rainbow, it'll give me a bit of a different finish as well. I like the dots. I'm not so in love with the days. And it's actually really funny because on this side I feel like you see the dark letters more, and on this side I feel like you see the light letters more. It's really amusing. Alright, but now we get to put in the rest. So I do want to put in, I don't know if I have any other clear. Oh no, maybe I do. I have this one from Luscious Labels with the months on clear, so I want to use that one. I'm getting my May. I'm going to put that up the top here. I'm actually going to grab April as well and put that on the other side, just to signify obviously that we're moving from April to May. Okay, so now we get to put in all the other bits and pieces. So we're going to start off with our Game of Thrones sticker. I do like that it kind of takes pride of place. Makes me very happy. I'm obviously not going to go too over the top because this whole thing is very over the top. But I do want to add in just a little bit of something else, and to sort of go over the lines a little bit because they are very structured, the boxes, and I kind of want to pull that apart. I'm just trying to find, I don't want to use anything that's got any foil to it, which is very difficult. Actually, before I do that, I need to make somewhere to put my footy details. So I'm going to be using, is this the Paper Lovers book that's been pulled apart? Yes, it is. I'm going to be using this one. And I'm going to do this, like, I'm going to cut to it. So, because you guys have seen me make these envelopes, I don't know how many times. So I'm going to make this up really fast and then put my footy details in it, sorry, not footy tips, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just made a little envelope up. Like I said, you guys seen me do that hundreds of times before. I just added a bit of cardboard and punched this out with my tab punch board, although I didn't do a very good job. And then just added in a bit of cardboard with some paper attached to sort of make that. I won't say it's not too complicated. It's actually kind of annoyingly complicated, but not really fun to watch. So hopefully you guys don't mind that I cut that whole bit out. Let me know if you would like to see sort of how I make that kind of a flipper, because I can. I think I just need to add in a couple of, not boxes, but just some things to sort of transcend the very square kind of setting here, because it does look a little bit too something, I don't know, too not quite, it's very square. So I just need to add in a few other things. All I'm doing is avoiding the gold. I don't want to add any gold into this. I feel like that's going to be way too much. So it's trying to find some stickers that don't have gold, which none of them seem to not have gold. So none of these have foiling in them, so I'm going to use just a little bit of this. So the pink needs to go on here because there isn't enough. Actually, it shouldn't be the pink, it should be the peach. I don't want to go overboard with quotes either, so I'm just being a little careful where I put these. I'm going to grab this flower one. I'm just going to put that there for now. Or maybe not that one. Damn, I wish I had grey. I'll put that one back. I'll put the peach there instead. I'm going to grab this peach one that just says take risks. So I've got the blue, the green, and the yellow and the pink. It just doesn't have any peach or any grey. So I'm just going to add that to this envelope so that all the colours are even on the envelope. And this tag's then going to be my expected mail, and that's the only box I'm going to put in. Where'd my scissors go? I heard them. There they are. I'm not going to do any other boxes, any other kind of bits. I'm just going to add things when I need them. If I do want to do like a to-do box or a today box or anything like that, I can add that in later. I'm just going to stick that down. I miss using tags as boxes. I haven't done this for ages. And I think I saw in there a sort of little, I almost wish I could use that and kind of cover it up They definitely don't need another quote. So I'm gonna just trim that up a little bit and make it a little bit thinner. Basically ignoring the fact that this has got a quote on it now. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna see what headers I've got here and if I've got a grey one. Okay, so I don't have anything like a header, but I do have this grey kind of box, which I'm gonna use instead. And I'm just gonna go over the top of the black line a little bit and just put the expected mail in that. And I'm going to leave it at that because we've been going for a really, really, really long time. And I can see why we've been going for a really long time, because this is probably the most crazy epic kind of cover every single centimetre of space ever. I asked Ryan before if this counts as a no white space and he said no, but I don't know if that's true. You guys let me know if it counts or not, because I think it looks, I just need, maybe need to put, no, I don't know. I was going to put that grey back in, but I'm not going to. I think it looks awesome. It definitely looks as good as it did in my head when I was kind of imagining this. But it's sort of like a, I don't know how many of you guys watch makeup tutorials, but it's like when they're putting all that eyeshadow on, you're thinking, oh crap, this is going to look absolutely horrible. And then somehow they put the liner on and it looks amazing. The black lines really do finish this off. And without them, it would look really horrible. But something about them looks really great. So I'm really, really happy overall. But let me know what you think down below. Do you like it? Something's not right. I need a circle. This is one of those cases with less is more. Just leave it alone because it looks fine the way it is. I'm leaving it. I'm not touching it, I swear. Let me know what you think down below. Did it need something over here? Did it not? I don't know. Can't decide. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social medias as well so you can catch up with everything that I'm doing over there. Hope you guys have the best week and I will see you for my monthly favourites tomorrow. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!